everyone, so I wanted to come at you with a Makeup Revolution palette collection type of video. I just want to go through all the Makeup Revolution palettes I have. So I'm going to show you the palettes in a certain type of order. I'm going to show the ones that I've been loving the most down to the ones that I've been using the least. There's about 9 palettes here, so I'm just going to show you. We're going to do a couple swatches per palette, and yeah, I'll give you my thoughts. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So the first palette I have been absolutely enjoying, and I've used this quite a lot, and I've actually put a picture of it on my Instagram. It's one of my autumn favorite palettes. I say autumn, but I really mean I can use this palette all year round for any type of look, from smoky to natural everyday. It's just a gorgeous must-have palette. So this is the Makeup Revolution Neutrals versus Neutrals palette, and it is the one with the matte black packaging, and this is what it looks like. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's got the gorgeous like reddish corally shades, which are perfect for this time of year, autumn basically. And it's also got shimmery shades down the bottom. These top 4 shades right here, these 4 are my absolute favorite. I cannot reach for this palette without going into those 4 shades. They are perfect transition shades. They're perfect for the crease, for the outer V. They're just perfect. So I'm just going to do a couple swatches. So I'm going to take these 3 shimmery shades, which I have not touched yet, and that is what that looks like, if it would focus. So I'm just going to swatch them on the back of my hand. So gorgeous pigmentation, as you can see. That was literally just a couple swipes on the pan. Gorgeous pigmentation. And I personally, when I first started using Revolution, I used to use brushes for the shimmery shades and wonder why it wasn't coming out. I actually thought maybe because it's a cheap brand, I'm not going to get great pigmentation, but you can. It's if when you use your fingers, like today I use Makeup Revolution on my eyes. All of it is Makeup Revolution, but you get the best out of the shimmery shadows when you use fingers. When you use your fingers, using a brush, it does not come out like this. It comes out quite patchy, very light, very sheer. So I'm also going to swatch a couple of the matte shades just to show you how gorgeous they are. So here are all 4 of the matte shades that I am absolutely in love with. I told you these are, if I just got the palette for these shades, it would be totally worth it. They're so gorgeous. If you wanted to try Makeup Revolution, this should definitely be your first palette you should ever get, because it just sets you up for greatness for the rest of the palette. So definitely this is worth the money. It is the chocolate bar palettes. Now these are amazing in terms of design, in terms of pigmentation and affordability. Everything is just tick tick tick. It's amazing. Amazing. So this is the Death by Chocolate palette. This one is the Salted Caramel palette, and then I also have the Chocolate Vice palette. I really wanted the white one because it's got so many gorgeous dark brown tones in it, so I'm definitely going to pick that up. But these are amazing quality, amazing. As you can see, everybody always loves the packaging because it's like a chocolate bar, melted, eaten. It wasn't me. So the first one is Death by Chocolate, and this was the first chocolate palette I ever got. Yeah, and this one is quite on the neutral side, perfect for everyday looks. There's not really any pops of colors apart from the purple, but even then it's a very subtle purple, so it's definitely a wearable palette, everyday palette if you're looking for that. So that's this gold shade right here. Everything, I'm gonna swatch that here. This matte dark green is so good. It's almost black, but it is a green. It is really dark green. Perfect for the outer V, perfect if you don't feel comfortable going in with a black. It is just a gorgeous, it does look black, but it is a dark green, and it does appear like a dark greenish black on the eyes, but it is just a gorgeous color. Usually, however, if you are dark skin, I would say in these chocolate bar palettes, these very pale ashy shades that you're meant to use for like highlights and brow bones, they are just way too ashy, way too light to use as that. So I'm just going to do a couple swatches. I'm going to take this one, and let's take this one, and let's swatch them on my hand. gorgeous. And this is without any water, without primer. This is just 100% the eyeshadows. So Chocolate Vice is next, and I believe this is one of the latest from the chocolate collections. So this is stunning. So once again, this palette is more on the neutral side, but it's got those amazing corally brownish red shades that I was talking about from the neutrals versus neutrals palette. This is amazing, but this one comes with more darker colors as well. So you do get like a shimmery black and a nice dark chocolatey brown. It just comes with gorgeous colors. This is perfect. Any one of these palettes, the chocolate palettes, are perfect for everyday use. So I'm just gonna swatch a couple, and this gold is gorgeous. I made a tutorial with it yesterday. It should be out already. I'll link it below. If not, it will be out after this video. But yeah, so this is Swatches. I used this one, my ring finger. I used that in a tutorial. Flawless. That shade kills me every time. So last but not least, from my chocolate collection, I wish I had the other white one to show you, but I don't. So last but not least is the Salted Caramel. Yeah, so this is meant to be a dupe for the Too Faced palette, and literally the placement of every single color is the same. I like this palette, but I just don't find myself reaching for it as much as the other two chocolate palettes, but it is good. I'm looking at it now close up, and it is really a nice range of shades. It's got the gorgeous transitional browns. It's got a matte black. It's got shimmery shades. Right there on my last two fingers. And then we can swatch. Wow, that black is serious pink. Wow, seriously, it looks like charcoal. It is so dark, love it. Okay, so coming off eye palettes for a second, I just want to mention this amazing palette, Ultra Blush Palette, and they have quite a lot of different variations of blush palettes, but this one, you need it. Go purchase it now. Pause the video, go buy it. It is so amazing, and I told you guys about this on not Snapchat, yeah, Snapchat and Instagram, and you guys were like blown away. It got so many thousands of views. This palette is these two shades. If we could just take these two out, put them in their own separate palette, I will buy 10 backups, because these two shades for the price, oh my god. Let me just swatch them so you can die with me. Look at that. Look at that. Now we're gonna put this. Come on. Come on. I usually mix them. I dip my brush into both before I put it on my face, and God, I want to put some on my face right now actually. I'm just gonna, I can't see what I'm doing. I know you guys can see that. What? It's gorgeous, and I believe this palette is about £6 or £7. You just cannot go wrong. Now moving on to my next four. I have 4 left, and these are the 32 piece eyeshadow palettes. So this is the Affirmation palette which I used today. Obviously I used that silver, I used this silver, and then I used a couple of the matte shades in the middle to create my transition. Now this palette is gorgeous, however I feel like there's just too much ashy shades going on. Like there's just no need for all of these to practically be the same shade. Yeah, so I don't really understand the need for so many eyeshadows that basically look the same. I would prefer they threw in more colors, more vibrant colors, more darker colors for transition. That would have been perfect. Now there is a brown in there, this one, but you know, it barely showed up on me, so it's basically my skin tone. So yeah, the pigmentation, once again, it's not as great as the other palettes for some reason. Maybe because the pans are smaller, it's a different formulation. So this is 4 of the shimmery shades. So I'll swatch that. That last brown didn't even come up. There is something there. But yeah, these are the shimmery shades. So as you can see, still pigmented, just in my opinion, not as great as the first palettes that I showed you. Okay, so the next one I'm gonna show you is called Mermaids Forever. And kind of the review I gave for the Affirmation palette, it goes for all of the 32 eyeshadow palettes. So they're all kind of good pigmentation for the price, and definitely you get a variety of shades for the price. Yeah, it's okay. Like, I don't mind using them, but they're not my favorite palettes that I 100% reach for all the time. I don't even think I've used this one, if you can see. I don't think I've even used this one. So they're just, I don't know why, I don't know, I think it's the layout, the smaller pans, it confuses me. Not confuses, but I'm like, what do I even want to use today? So it kind of puts me off. It's just my own way of doing makeup. I don't know why I don't reach for pans that are this small. So yeah, for me, these 32 palettes probably get a 5 out of 10. They're really not amazing quality. They're really not amazing to just pick up and use. I don't know, this is just my own opinion. Of course, some people may say this is 10 out of 10, I got to try so many colors. Okay, so last but not least, we have the Flawless and Flawless 2 palettes. So Flawless one looks like this. So this was the first ever 32 eyeshadow palette that I ever got. So it is a bit more used than all the rest. This palette is just too much of the same tone for me. This whole area right here, apart from this, you know, 2 shimmery colors right here, is the same color to me. Actually, let me swatch a couple because I'm sure it's the same color. Okay, so I just swatched 4 different shades. 4 different shades, look at that. It's the same white powder. This is what I mean about the 32 eyeshadows. I feel like it's just so many unnecessary colors. Like, you could have just, the 4 that I swatched could have been left as one eyeshadow. There's just so many unnecessary pans. So anyways, I'm gonna swatch a couple of the darker shades and the shimmery shades and see what they have to offer. Shimmery shades are cool, they look very nice. Nice colors. Dark matte brown, let's see. It's okay, more on the grey side. And let's do a blackish, bluish shimmery shade. I really like that one, and that one, and that one. These 3 are really surprising me right now. They look gorgeous. So I'm gonna swatch it. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Definitely not as pigmented as the first sets of palettes that I showed you. Definitely not as pigmented as the chocolate bar palettes. So yeah, I would definitely stick to the ones that I recommended first, but if this is what you like, then this is what you like. I'm gonna swatch a couple from the Flawless palette, which is majority shimmery shades. And I like this palette because it has different shades, you know, different stuff. It doesn't just have the same repetitive colors. So yeah, this blue looks nice. So this is from the Flawless 1 palette. Stunning. Let's try here. Gorgeous, beautiful pigmentation. Yeah, so yeah, girlies, that is my whole Makeup Revolution palette collection. I do have Freedom Makeup palettes, so let me know in the comments if you want to see that collection video. Yeah, so definitely give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you in my next video. Take care, bye.